Hello, children. Imagine that you wake up one day and find that you have the ability to attract things around yourself. Wouldn't it be fun? Do you know that there is a material in this world which attracts iron object towards itself? And the name of this wonder object is a magnet. So, in this chapter, we are going to discuss all about magnet. We are going to discuss about the history of magnet. Then the magnet is divided into two types, like natural magnet or lodestone and artificial magnets. Then about the magnetic and the non-magnetic materials. Then the poles of a magnet. A magnet always has two poles. One is the north, another is the south pole. Then how we need to handle a magnet. Then what are the different uses of magnet in finding out the direction. Then how we can make our own magnet, how we can make our own compass, and at last we'll understand about attraction and repulsion between magnet. So let's get started. In our day-to-day life, we use magnet at various places. Like the magnet is used in the pencil boxes, in a refrigerator, in holding pen, and also the magnets are used for finding out, for selecting the iron scrap from the heap of waste materials. We'll first understand, or we'll first have a quick look about the history of magnet. So, there used to be a shepherd in Greece. His name was Magnus. So, he used to have a stick which had an iron tip in the front. So, one day what happened? He reached a large black rock and he found out that he couldn't move and he could not just take out his stick from the rock. Now what happened? When he dug it out, he found the black rock, and that black rock was termed as magnetite, and that magnetite is the natural magnet. It's also known as lodestone. So that is how the metal is said to be discovered. This was about natural magnet. Now artificially the magnets are prepared from iron, and these are in various shapes like bar magnet, horseshoe magnet, cylindrical magnet and ball magnet. The shape of all of this can be viewed here. Now let us understand about magnetic and non-magnetic materials. Now what are magnetic materials? The materials which get attracted towards a magnet. Now these are three in number. What are they? Iron, nickel or cobalt. And the materials which are not attracted towards a magnet are non-magnetic. So all the other objects besides these three, like glass, plastic, wood, all these comes under the category of non-magnetic material. So we can just easily try and find out the different material, and we can just select which one of these are the magnetic materials and which one are the non-magnetic materials. Next one here is about the poles of a magnet. Now the magnet, it has the ends. The ends of the magnet are known as poles of the magnet. Now why we are studying about the poles of a magnet? Because the maximum ability of attraction of a magnet lies in its end. Now how can we understand it? Now what you have to do is just spread some iron filings on a sheet of paper. Now just place a bar magnet on this sheet and you will observe that the iron filings will stick all over the magnet. So now you will find out that particular pattern, that the iron filings will get attached to the corners, and these corners are known as the poles of the magnet. It means the magnetic power or the magnetic capability is maximum at the poles. So poles of the magnet, the ends of a magnet show magnetic force. These are called the poles of a magnet, and the poles of a magnet, they always point out in the north and the south direction. So one pole is the north pole, another one is the south pole. Whenever we suspend a magnet freely, it lies in the north-south direction. Like poles of a magnet, they always repel each other, and the unlike poles attract each other. Similarly, suppose we are having a south pole of one magnet and south pole of another magnet, and if we try to bring them together, what they will do? They will repel each other. And if we try to bring the south with the north pole, they will attract. And important thing, one more here, is that the magnetic pole always exists in pairs. Why so? How so? Now, how the magnet is useful in finding out the directions. Now, there is one more interesting story associated with this. So, there used to be a emperor in China. His name was Huangdi. So, it is said that he used to have a chariot, and in that chariot, there used to be a statue of lady, and that statue, it rotated in every direction. But one important thing about this statue was that while at rest, it always pointed towards south. So it used to have an extended arm, as you can see here, and while at rest the extended arm always point out in south direction. So with the help of this chariot and with the help of this statue, that emperor used to find out the directions. So this is just an example how or just a story that how the people used to find out the direction in earlier times. Later, a new thing developed, that is compass. Now, what is compass? Compass actually consists of a magnetic needle, and it is useful in finding out directions. Now, let us understand what a compass is made up of. It consists of a glass case, as you can see here very clearly. It has a glass covering, and then inside it is having a dial. In that dial you can see the different directions, and you can see a needle, and needle is pointing in the north south direction. Now this needle is made up of magnet. It is a magnetic needle, and it is pivoted in the compass. Now it is pivoted in such a way that it can rotate freely in any direction. Like if we want to find out the direction, so we will simply rotate the compass, and it will give us the direction which we are in. But in rest, while the compass will come back to its rest position, it will always be in north south direction. Now the question might arise in your mind that how come we'll be able to find out which one is a north direction, which one is a south direction. So for that, what you can do, you can mark one direction. Like you can mark the north direction, you can put a mark over there with anything which or with any color, so which will help in easily identifying the direction. So this is all about compass, that it has a small box with glass on it. It has a magnetized needle which is pivoted inside the box, and it has a dial which has directions, and the needle which indicates the north-south direction when it comes to rest. Then how can we make our own magnet? So we can easily make our own magnet. The process is like what we require. If you want to make our own magnet, it's very easy. We require an iron bar and a magnet. Now what you have to do is you have to bring the magnet to one end of the iron bar, and then you have to move it along the length of the bar. Now without changing the pole, you have to repeat this again. Now you have to repeat this 30 or 40 times without changing the direction. What will happen at the end? The iron bar will develop some magnetic properties. It will be converted into a magnet, but the magnet formed here is a temporary one. Now how we will check whether it has turned into a magnet or not? We can simply bring an iron nail and check it, that if the iron nail is getting attracted to the iron pole or the iron bar or not. See what we have done? We have taken an iron metal, and then we have taken a magnet, and we have just we spread over the magnet in a particular direction, in a uniform direction 30 to 40 times, so that the iron bar will get converted into a magnet. In the similar way, we can make our own compass at home. Now what you have to do is you have to magnetize an iron needle. The step of magnetization we have already done. That first of all you will need a magnet, and then with the help of that magnet you will first magnetize a needle. That means now the needle is converted into a magnet, and then what you will do, you will just insert the magnetized needle in a piece of cork, and which is floating in the water. Now that needle should not float in the water. Now what will happen? Your compass is ready. It will tell, or it will just tell you the directions north, south, and during rest it will always point out in the north south direction. So in this way we can make both the magnet and the compass at home. Attraction and repulsion between magnets. We have already discussed about this, that a magnet has two poles. One is the north one, another is the south pole. So the north pole, the similar poles will attract each other, and the dissimilar poles will repel each other. Like in this case, we can see that when in the first case, when the south poles are brought together of the two different magnets, they repel each other. Similarly, when the north poles are brought together, they repel each other. But in the final one, when the south pole of one magnet was brought close to the north pole of another magnet, they attract each other. So in this way, we understand that the similar poles of a magnet, the two different magnets, they will always repel each other. They will always move away from one another. Whereas the dissimilar poles will attract each other. Now there need to be some precautions should be taken while handling magnets. What are they? The magnet will lose their property when they are heated, when they are hammered, or when they are thrown from distance. So care must be taken regarding the same. That's all for the day, children. Thank you so much. Have a very good day ahead. Keep learning.